Hello everybody, we're back with another fan art, art video. This time it's Advance Wars because I wanted to do some vehicles. Uh, I'm gonna technically say this is sci-fi because in Advance Wars, if you're not familiar with it, they have, they have modern vehicles, but also some outlandish sci-fi ones, specifically the Neo Tank. And I'm pretty sure the mega tank is definitely fake. Like, I don't think there's actually any real tanks that have like 10 cannons on it or something like. Yeah, but most of the vehicles, I believe, they're based on realistic, you know, somewhat realistic designs, I guess. Yeah. So if you're not familiar, these are the Orange Star artillery. To the left is the artillery, and to the right is going to be the light tanks. Yes. All right. So these are more like, down to earth, more realistic designs, I guess. Definitely not into the sci-fi yet. Maybe I'll draw like the Neo tanks in a future video. Definitely let me know if you want to see more Advanced Wars fan art. Yeah. This is basically just like a test run for drawing tanks because I do want to draw tanks for like Gundam, but I decided to go for like a more simple design with somewhat realistic features, because like the sci-fi tanks like Gundam, Halo, I don't know what else, they have like more outlandish designs. Yeah. I mean, just like how I sometimes draw fantasy warriors and sometimes draw. Sometimes I want to, yeah. I mean, I'm still drawing like my twist, my take, copying Quang Tran's uh, catchphrase. My twist, my take. Yeah. So, right. What was I saying? Yeah. So I like to draw, somewhat realistic and fantastical, fictional, sci-fi, etc. Yeah. I should have drawn those wheel treads or whatever, those wheels first before doing that. Would have saved like a couple minutes there. Yeah. Yeah. So for the sketch, you saw I just drew the one design, then copy and paste. But for the line art, I could have done the same thing and then just paint it in and copy and paste and save like half an hour, but I decided to draw each one individually so that it doesn't look like a clone army. Someday I'm gonna draw those clone armies anyway from Star Wars, but yeah. It's nice to draw each one individually because that's like practice, practice drawing the specific shape, like shapes, like the rectangles, the spheres, the cylinders, the circles, yeah, lines. I mean, it does take more time, but because I want to draw like huge battles in the future. So this one, I guess it's a big army, I guess, because there's 10 characters on it. I'm gonna count each vehicle as a character. There's 10 different characters, even though they're all half of them are identical. Yeah, yeah. The real test will be like when I'm trying to draw like a more zoomed out battle, dozens of vehicles or dozens of soldiers, warriors, etc. But this is hard. I mean, maybe not hard, but for me, it's more complicated, more, yeah. I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So, yeah, I remember what I wanted to say. I didn't too, but oh, how do I speak English? I didn't put too much effort into the drawing the details of the tracks because those are very annoying. If I wanted to make it look more realistic, I would have to draw out those individual treads. Yeah. And the wheels are not great looking either. But I have this, the design because it turns out it's not completely flat. The two side wheels are like a slightly smaller and raised higher. Yes. And the circle on the top is supposed to be like the hatch for people, the crew, to get inside the tank. The artillery, I'm not sure if it's supposed to have one on the top or not, but it has like a hatch on the side, so I assume that's for people to get in. I could be wrong. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, it's a simple design. Definitely let me know if you want to see more Advance Wars, more sci-fi tanks. Uh, yeah, definitely want to draw tanks from Gundam, Zaku's, and Jims versus the Gundam tanks. They're a bit more complicated. Same thing with Halo. Totally gonna draw some Halo fan art at some point. You got the humans versus the Covenant. The Flood, I don't know if I want to draw the Flood because they're like gonna be hard, much harder to draw. That yeah, there's a reason why I don't draw like the undead that much. Like anything like zombies, undead are definitely cool, like the Flood, but they have I don't know, they have more details, I guess. Because you have to like draw like the decaying flesh and skin missing and mutated stuff details. Yeah, and they usually don't have armor and weapons, and so they're I guess less interesting. Like you're supposed to draw more details, but in fact I draw them with very little details. So at first I started with the orange wheels, but then because that's how it is in the picture, but I decided to make them gray so it looks more like wheels, I guess, and some color differentiation. And I did try to have like splotches of dirt in the background. I don't know how it looks. Kind of looks like it's just like leaking oil all over the place or something. Tell me, if you think it looks better with patches of dirt or not. All right. Yeah. So, like I said, let me know if you want to see more sci-fi tanks, that kind of art. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.